Oh my god, dude. I have to tell you this story about so I was doing the dishes earlier today. So I told you I got the Death Wish coffee.
Yeah.
Oh, it's supreme coffee. It's jet fuel.
But not literally Supreme Coffee. Not the company. Supreme.
I didn't even. No. I'm the wrong guy.
I
Talk about supreme.
I bet they sell coffee too, though.
I'm sure they sell like spit in a vial. Like I
Yeah.
don't fucking. They probably sell everything. Supreme, uh, uh Supreme wallets. I bet. I don't know.
That's
Supreme.
normal.
Supreme. This like supreme wrist strength.
Yes.
Does this
Actually,
exist?
I wouldn't be surprised if that exists.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either, but I also would be extremely disappointed.
So you were saying
Anyway,
about Deathwish? Sorry.
Death Wish coffee is supreme. It is so good. It's jet fuel. But I was doing the dishes and cause I put the coffee in the sink waste basket, put it in the green bin. So I brewed it and I was doing the dishes and a bunch of the coffee grounds I needed to clear it out of the filter,
Yeah.
out of the drain, and because I thought about like how, because the water was, because the water can't fully pass through because of all the coffee grounds. So as I was clearing it out, I thought, how funny would it be, right? I'm putting coffee grounds in the sink, and basically, I was thinking about how if my house has like an alligator or like a crocodile in the sewers, I'm feeding this motherfucker is getting freshly brewed, used coffee grounds. So this baby alligator, he's just drinking disgusting coffee water as it comes through the system. I'm saying if people, I don't actually believe that they're down there. I'm just saying hypothetically, if there's a ninja turtle in my sewer, they're being fed coffee water or whatever the fuck. So I thought about that, but that actually like brings us to coffee. Have you had any bomb coffee recently or anything like that or?
Just the usual stuff. On weekends, I try to do decaf just because I don't want to do caffeine every day, and I don't really need that kick on the weekends.
Yeah,
Anyway, I'm trying to see what's the best way to have an espresso without adding sugar.
you just need good quality beans, and then you don't need sugar. You'll never need it.
It's pretty bitter regardless. I do like it. I do like the texture, but maybe stevia would be a better alternative.
Stevia is good.
Yeah.
It's everything in moderation, but stevia is solid.
Yeah.
It's great. Just I learned very quickly, don't over stevia.
You're cutting out, man.
I'm cutting out. I'm saying like don't overdo. See, people, this is why podcasting is meant to be in a studio and not in quarantine Zoom.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, I was saying it's like you can't be using too much stevia or you just fuck up. I think that's what I was saying.
Yeah, but in a vacuum, if you were about to put 1 spoon of sugar, let's say you replace that with stevia, I think that's a better trade-off.
Yes, absolutely.
Ideally, you're not using sugar, and I don't drink coffee with sugar. I don't drink coffee with anything. I can only drink black coffee. Anything else ruins the flavor for me.
That's good. A lot of people would
Yeah.
high five you and respect the fact that you just take your coffee.
Yeah, you put 2 milks in my coffee, you just ruined the coffee for me. Like,
I better remember not to do that if I serve you a cup. I feel like you'll just take the coffee and throw it back in my face. And I'll just start melting. I'm melting. I'm melting, monkey. And whoever wants to know that reference,
You're cutting out again.
If you're watching on YouTube, Zoom. Not Zoom. Whatever. Discord. Anyway, so I'm saying like I'll link it for whoever's interesting. Whoever is interested, not interesting. Jesus Christ. I got COVID brain.
So have you had anything other than Death Wish?
I've had many, but it's the best one I've had so far, easily.
I'll have to check that out. I would like to try that.
But the like it gets sold out fast.
Really?
So you gotta be quick on the trigger with it.
What makes it Death Wish coffee?
I don't know. I just know it's good.
Just the beans.
They say it's organic and USDA approved, whatever the hell.
That's nice.
You name it. Yeah, it's good. I like it.
Yeah.
And now, what was that? What else was I gonna say? We're no longer in roll up the Tims to win. Are we? It's yeah. I think we're
I
way past.
I still see it.
You
Is it
still
over?
see it? I thought it was over. By the
Huh.
way, people were Canadian. Just so you know.
That was a short run then.
Very short,
Huh.
short-lived.
Yeah.
You know what's a combination? I keep complaining 2 times in this podcast about Zoom or whatever the hell.
Yeah.
I'm glad. You know the dreaded combo: 7 in the morning on a bus with a cup of Tim Hortons coffee. That's the dreaded combo of the grind.
Yeah.
I don't miss commuting. Fuck commuting.
Huh. Yeah.
At least in my position, you know.
For
But
me, I don't know, but now during my last few days in college or university, I I gotta be honest, I didn't go to a single online class.
bad boy. What you gonna do?
Because
What you gonna
it's more eye strain. I have to do all my shit on the computer anyway. Now I have to sit an extra 6 hours a day on the computer. For me, and it's not as engaging as lecture. Some profs do it better online. Some profs absolutely tank online.
some
Yeah.
profs are just poo poo
Yeah.
for online lectures. I'm guessing. It's just a guess.
Yeah, that's what I
I've
found.
been
Anyways, I don't miss that student life. I'm done with that shit.
commuting actually kind of segues into like talk we wanted to talk at jump from jump at jump. Jesus Christ. Anyway, theaters and COVID.
Oh
I think this is a
yes.
pretty I think this is a pretty relevant topic, but we also want to lighten it up for the
So
viewers.
I'll introduce the topic. So there
Please.
was a
Yeah.
big controversy with Tenet last year, which came out sometime in I want to say October or November. And the director Chris Nolan insisted on it having a theatrical release, and that was at
Yep.
a very uncertain time, and there was a lot of pushback against that, and his main argument was this is the intended experience because it's IMAX and whatnot. And at that time, theaters complied. Some of them, we weren't having as many cases at the time, so
Yes, we
they were open in limited capacity. I did go, yeah,
and you went.
yeah.
Tell me about it. I don't know anything. You haven't told me
You
this,
know
so
what? Yeah, okay. But you know what? I enjoyed it more when I watched it at home.
are
I
you like
got
this in general?
I got the Blu-ray for Tenet, 4K HDR and all that. I thought it was, you know, it's on par with the theater experience. Some people
Yeah.
might not agree with that. If you have a good enough screen and sound stuff, which sure not everybody has HDR at home, but if you have the setup, you can you can do pretty well.
So you're of the opinion that you don't mind if, because this is what I want to ask you. Because you know that there's movies that, like Chris Nolan, they're
Yeah.
delaying it till theaters, right? One example is Many Saints of Newark. That's that Sopranos movie, isn't it?
Oh, okay.
That keeps getting pushed back, for example.
Yeah.
Um, Wonder Woman kept getting pushed back.
Yeah.
Venom keeps. Listen, I'm a comic head, so
Yeah.
please don't virtually shoot at me. But I'm bringing up comic examples. But like, like Mulan was released on streaming platform.
Yes, it
Remember that?
was.
Yeah, and I don't. I remember reading so many conflicting articles about how it, but then it also brings into question these practices of. It's like you already got the streaming platform, you pay your monthly fee.
Mulan, you had to pay for it on top of the streaming fee.
That's the point. That's the
Yeah.
iffy
That
stuff. But then I
was.
think Wonder Woman did it right. Didn't charge you, and I watched it at home.
Yeah.
But I feel like that movie would have been better in theaters. I think it's like many things in life, the answer is always somewhere in between. What is it? What's it
Yeah.
better, at home or in a theater? It's like your perspective will differ depending on like um, your relationship with that medium, like movies, and it also depends like who you are. Are you
I
uh, the people in charge of making them studios? You know what I mean,
see. I
right?
understand that you're a director. You poured all this money into the movie. You paid cinematographers, people who color corrected it. You had IMAX cameras, only for someone to watch your movie on a $500 Acer laptop. I get it. It's not ideal, but at the same time, there are people who are savvy enough to have a decent setup at home. You can put some faith in people. They will find a way to enjoy the movie at home.
Here's what I think. It's when it comes to, and this is where I want to intertwine it with a bit of levity's the word, or just to lighten it up, because it's as I think you and I both agree, the answer is not one or the. But speaking for like what I see in other people, and I think we've talked about this, we've gone over it. When you're at home, people do this in the privacy of their home, especially if you're like alone. When you're home, if you watch a movie, depending on who you are, you're not fully immersed or paying attention. It depends, right? But think about it,
Okay.
right? It's like some people they're watching, they're on their phone.
Yeah.
This is the thing I told
Yeah.
you that drives me up a wall. Like
Yeah.
when you're watching something, anything, pay-per-view, TV show,
Yeah.
movie, and the person next to you is on their phone,
It's on their phone.
and you want to just smack them.
That
That's my
I
number
know, I
one
know
pet.
that feeling too well.
Yeah,
Too well.
this is a pet peeve. People already do this in theaters too, like pulling out
It's
shit. But
but
anyway,
in theaters, it's more frowned upon in theaters because you're disturbing other people. Yeah.
and it's like one thing I will say is that, oh, I forgot to mention this, but yeah, this is what I forgot to say. It's like rewinding is a good thing to have. I like rewinding stuff.
Rewinding is
Just
a good thing to have. Tenet had audio issues, so subtitles was a good thing to have. Actually, a lot of people preferred watching it at home because the audio
oh
mixing in that movie was terrible.
oh, I wonder if that was COVID impact related or just bad
No, the movie, as far as
execution.
I know, was shot pre-COVID. So
No, I just mean like this the stuff they do in post, right?
the mixing, I'm not sure his movies have had audio issues in the past. Dark Knight Rises, more famously, Tom Hardy had to record all of his dialogue in post because the
I think it's
mask,
called,
the mask covered his voice.
what's it called? ADR or something?
What's
I think it's
that?
like I think it's when they work it in post. ADR,
ADR? I'm
I
not
believe.
sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
forget, but it's related to recording in post.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, when you're at home, you're sitting there, you're scratching and sniffing places you shouldn't be scratching. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you're looking at your phone. If you're a Momo, you look at your phone.
Yeah.
It's less immersive depending on the movie.
I
Like,
understand. I
sound can
understand.
do something. But again, I think we both agree. It's like I'm not against or for one or the other model, but um, there is much to appreciate watching.
Yeah.
Because
Look,
haven't you
guys.
and I talked about how we like to sometimes like pause, get up, take a
Yeah.
piss,
Yeah. Look, guys,
but
this is coming from a guy who, when COVID wasn't here, I watched almost every single blockbuster movie in theaters. I love going to theaters. But
he
this
does.
is me saying you can, if you have a decent setup and you don't have the attention span of a goldfish, you can have a decent movie watching experience at home.
Yes. Yeah.
There you go.
What was I gonna say? Oh, imagine this, guys. I'm informed. If you fart, you can't pass COVID. Imagine if farting passed COVID. If you were in a theater, you would be scared for your life. Like, think about this. We would be 20. We would be in panic 20. Why am I doing this? We would be on like 24/7 panic watch for someone like even silently passing gas, dude. Imagine, like,
Wait, it does?
imagine,
I'm so confused. Does it
it does
pass or
not.
oh, it does
It
not?
does not. Imagine if
They
it did.
they did studies to prove that it doesn't?
I believe so. It's
That's
like
amazing.
that's not how viruses are transmitted. It's just
Through farts.
not. It's just,
But in
imagine.
China they had a COVID test where they put it up your ass.
I don't know enough about it to make a comment, so but
Okay,
that's interesting if
okay.
that's the case. That's funny. Oh, that's like a COVID test enema.
Someone double check that. I'm pretty sure I saw something to that effect.
Maybe I don't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't doubt it. But like,
Anyways,
imagine if like you to go out in public or go into like a theater. Listen, guys, this is my sense of humor. Imagine you had to put like a cork up your ass so you wouldn't like fart, and you had the mask on. So
I
yeah, like people have like corks in their ass. They're sitting in the movie theater. They're all pale or red in the face because they're like they have gas that they're trying to release. That's just a nightmare. We should be fortunate
yeah.
that COVID doesn't pass from farts
Is it
because
Yeah.
Yes, go ahead.
Sorry. Is it safe to say that the next time theaters will open, it's most likely going to be vaccinations only?
We may need to present a card, right?
Yeah.
Like an identification of or certification or whatever the heck
And that's what
that.
people are saying is a good idea because you can't force people to get the vaccine, but
Yes.
you can force them to present proof of vaccination in these services that people like
Yeah,
theaters.
you can.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
or
Hell yeah.
shopping malls.
Yep. And
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything wrong with like checking if for letting them into a public
No,
place with a mask.
absolutely. Well, if everybody else vaccinated, why should you put others at risk?
They should threaten people. Imagine if hypothetically there was the fart thing, they'd be like, okay, you can come in only if you put a cork in your ass and you wear
No,
a
yeah.
mask.
No, if they want those people want to talk about freedom. Okay, if you're vaccinated and you can go to a cinema. If you're not, cinemas are not essential. Don't go to a cinema. You still have your freedom.
I just realized something stupid. This is a tangent. You know people who do colonoscopies and they fart
Yeah.
after the procedure? Have you heard of this?
No.
When you do a colonoscopy, there's possibly trapped air, so you got to fart it out before you can leave, generally.
Okay.
Like the nurses won't release you. If that was I'm circling back to it, but you couldn't even fart safely after a colonoscopy if that
No.
was the case.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah. So, I mean, just to sum it up, it's like in terms of what we think about the whole ordeal. I mean, there's not one model that's better than the other. I think each has their own merits, and there's too many
I'm
very.
gonna say you can have a movie experience at home. There's no movie that you have to watch in theaters.
I just don't know the business side
That's
enough,
my
like
take.
concretely. Like they
If
may
your
lose
if your
substantial amount.
movies cannot be enjoyed at home, then it's I don't know. If a good movie can be enjoyed at home regardless.
I agree. The art can. You know what? There was one teacher taught his students saying, and this reminded me of it when you said a good movie. It's like no amount of anything you do can save bad script.
Hmm.
Like if a script is bad, you're boned.
Yeah.
At least this is what this teacher. Um, but it's anyways. That reminded me of.
Yeah,
To,
that's absolutely right because one of the last movies I saw in theaters was that Fast and Furious spin-off one, Hobbs and Shaw, right? And I'm watching that in theaters. That's absolutely what people would call a theater movie, right? Big action stuff.
yeah, the
I'm
sound.
watching that in theaters as it's
Yeah,
intended, quote unquote, and
yeah,
I'm saying this is a garbage movie. This is absolutely trash. I wouldn't like
yeah.
this at home. I wouldn't like this in a theater. It didn't make any difference.
No,
I regretted going to a theater to watch that movie.
you regretted it.
Yeah, it
That's
was
what it came to.
terrible, and I've seen most Fast and Furious movies.
Oh my
That
god.
was terrible. After, I don't know, man. After 7, the 2 that they made, I don't know.
Yeah, I
I don't know.
haven't watched it past like the one from 2011. What's that one? Five?
2011?
Is
That
that
might
like
be
Fast Five?
5? Yeah, 5
Yeah,
was one of the good ones.
yeah. I saw Fast Five, and that was the end of me watching. It
You
wasn't
could.
because it was bad. It was fine. I just didn't watch
5 was good.
more.
5 was good.
I saw that in theaters too, but
Yeah,
and the sound obviously different
yeah,
monster.
yeah.
But any last thoughts do you have? I think I've gotten my my humor
Yeah,
humorous. Yeah.
I want to say check out so in response to Nolan, people watched his movies on the worst possible experience just out of spite. So
They did?
there's a pretty funny video of a guy who put Tenet on a Game Boy Advance. So I encourage
Oh,
people to check out that video.
how the hell does that work?
So Game Boy Advance had if you remember, it had cartoons and stuff on cartridges.
I know a friend who might be watching this who knows about those. He
Yeah.
owned them.
There was even the complete Shrek on Game Boy Advance. If you're so inclined to watch Shrek at like 10 frames per second at 60p.
The whole thing.
Yeah. It's absolutely awful, which is my point, which is why the guy went out of his way to put Tenet on Game Boy Advance just to
Shrek fans rejoice. Go watch it on GBA
honestly don't.
while laying in bed. Game Boy Advance, by the way, that's
Game Boy,
GBA.
yeah.
That's funny.
Anyways, yeah, check out that video, Tenet on Game Boy Advance. It's hilarious.
Fuck. Well, how about we transition into how we ask each other one or two questions for the day.
Sure.
I gotta ask you. Give me your thoughts on escape rooms. Yes, yay, or nay?
I've only done one escape room, so I'm not sure if that puts me in a position to say
I've,
give a
I've only done one.
consensus. You've only done one, okay.
Yeah,
At least that puts us on the same page.
that's nice. Yeah, that's the good part. Other people
Whether
might not.
whether I would do it again, I don't know. Not my cup of tea, to be honest. I prefer
It's not.
more.
It's not mine either, and I have a story I
I
can share.
I prefer less. What do you say? Less constructed arrangements. Escape rooms you can really only do one way. I feel like.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm in agreement. One
Yeah.
one of the problems I have with it is how they almost like funnel you into doing it one way.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I have a
Exactly.
story about how we did not go through the funnel. We chose to go outside the funnel.
Okay, let's hear it.
And the people who were with me are watching, probably going to watch this, so they know. It was like May of 2016. I remember it too well. And so we escaped it in a roundabout. There was like a lock that you had to know the combination to open the final door to get out.
Okay.
And so we couldn't find enough clues to figure out how to do it. So I think maybe we got like 2 digits of the lock, one. But anyway, so what happens is one of us, either me or another friend, we start just putting in combinations. Is it this?
Brute
Oh, no,
force.
it wasn't digits. It was like the locks where it goes like there's one circular.
Like the phones.
I look so weird doing this. But it's like one circular knob and it goes up, down, left, right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so at some point we just said fuck it, and we just kept trying different combinations, and we got it. We went. I think one of us just did like every permutation you could
Okay.
do. So just
Okay.
like ba 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 da da da. It's like up down, up left, up right.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of permutations, obviously. But we finally got it, and we got out, and it was like in the nick of time too, because
Yeah.
I think we had a time limit. We got out. We're like, yeah, F yeah, and then why am I saying F yeah? Fuck yeah, I can swear. And then they come over, the attendants, because you know how you take a picture like I escaped,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
and like all your friends are posing with like signs like this guy sucks or
Yeah.
whatever the fuck. So we go to pose for the picture, and then they're like, nah, you guys doesn't count as a win. You didn't do it.
Bullshit.
For real. I could be messing up details, but the general idea is
Bullshit.
we didn't do it the way they wanted
No,
to.
you solved their shitty ass puzzle. That's bullshit.
They were like, nah, you guys still failed.
Nah.
And me, I was triggered after
Screw
that.
them, bro.
We went to eat sushi, and I'm like, yo, these motherfuckers. Like,
Screw them.
I'm eating that tuna roll, and I'm like, fuck you. Like, I'm eating that tuna roll. I'm salty like the fish.
The one,
like the fish were in.
yeah, the thing I didn't like about mine was if, I don't know if you know this term, people who played old school computer games. It's like pixel hunting, where the clue is in a very small place that you can only find if you search every inch of the room. Nothing clever about that, to be honest. It's like a brute force approach.
I like it more like, yeah, I fucking hate. We brute forced it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be a hypocrite
Yeah.
if So, but it's like there could be better ways to implement it. I agree.
Absolutely.
But we had enough of it. Just try every permutation.
Yeah.
And after that day, I swore off escape rooms. You invite me, I'll tell you to go fuck yourself.
Yeah. To be
Get the fuck
honest.
out of my face.
Yeah.
Go to that escape room yourself. Because really, bro, if you're caught, God forbid someone kidnaps you, and you're in a room, do you really think that life cares how you get out?
Yeah. Exactly.
That was
Good
my
point.
rationale. I'm like,
Good
do you
point.
think like, yeah, go ahead.
Good point.
Yeah. I'm like, what does it
If
fucking matter?
you're legitimately stuck in a tomb or something, like you're Indiana Jones, and you get out of it brute force by mashing the codes or whatever, as far as I know, you made out.
It's like if you don't. It's almost like what if someone had their hands tied, and instead of like finding a way to untie their hands, they just gnaw on the rope until
Yeah.
they get out. I mean, that's very difficult to do. If this is
But
not a movie, life isn't a movie. But
no, but
Jesus, I drank tea and bunghole wants to explode. I gotta use the washroom soon.
All right.
But anyway, anyway, the point is like if you gnaw on it, you're getting out. You get out. That's
you
all.
get out. You get out and you get out.
It doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
You have any closing thoughts?
No, fuck
About
escape
this
rooms.
The moral of the story is take your escape room and shove it up your ass, which is not
Exactly.
possible.
Yeah.
Literally, figuratively, take it and shove it up. Anyways, is that all we got for today?
That's all for today, guys.
We love you. Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you very much.
This
Appreciate it.
this podcast is brought to you by no one.
By
You
us. We do all the work here.
guys. True. It's brought to you by us, but also you people who listen. We love you.
Absolutely.
Love you. Long time. Thank you guys for coming. All the best. Take care.
Peace, everyone. Take care.